Hello, and welcome to the Where to Start Yoga series. My name is Clyde Hampton, aka Champion Yogi, and this again is One Raw Yoga Studio. I teach classes here Sundays at 11 a.m. My strengthening yoga class, the Ocean Wave series. If you want to come out, check it out, have some fun with me. Also, this studio offers those classes online. So if you're out of town, you can't make it on Sunday, but you still want to check it out, feel free to join me Sunday at 11 a.m. That's where these classes are. What are we talking about today? We have made it to step 4 of that Stag Leg forearm stand series. We're taking it all the way back. We're finishing it up here today. We already finished our air walker. Now we're finishing up our Stag Leg, and there's just a few more asanas to go after that. But we are here. Yay. Congratulations. I'm glad that you made it. I'm glad you've been keeping up this far. So today, let's talk about our intentions. Before we get anything started, before we get into anything, what are the intentions today? My intentions are to help you find that stag leg, help you start to feel what the balance feels like, help you start to feel that space for you, understanding where your back bend is versus where all the other back bends are, and what you could do to get yourself into a deeper space, right? Giving yourself that breath and giving you the understanding of how to keep your balance onto those forearms. Without any further ado, let's start getting into it. First, quick recap to take it back to where it all started. It all started with getting those hands down onto the mat, getting our forearms and our hands to be equally apart, being able to balance onto those forearms. Once the hips rise up, pulling the head through the arms to open those shoulders and really give you that space to be able to start to stack into the forearms and stack all the way up. That is the most important step to getting into your forearm stand. If you can't find the balance, none of the other stuff matters at all. In the second step, we started getting the feet off the ground. We started popping up. We started trying to find the hips to stack over into those good secure arms and holding that good space. We worked on it for a little while, found that space, and then found where the balance lies at. In step 3 of our stag leg forearm stance is when we started to separate the legs apart, let one leg fall behind you a little bit of a back bend started to happen as we fell into the space. The balance started to shift around a little. Again, learning to control and find that balance into the space. And now we are here in step 4, where it is time to let the head start to come through the arms and really feel that back bend happening. Pulling the head through the arms is the most challenging part because the hands and the elbows, the weight starts to shift a little bit, and you really have to be intentional while pressing down into it to find it falling all the way back and over, okay? This is going to take some time. You may not get it at the end of this video, but going over these steps, going over these routines, and going over these strengtheners will definitely get you to the space that you're looking for. So let's stop talking about it and let's be about it. Come on down to the mat. Once we find ourselves down onto the mat, we want to start with working up the body, warming up the body, waking up the body, giving ourselves the movement that we need before we get into any type of explosive or intense movement. So, starting right here, just bringing the forearms down to the mat, maybe. This is from step 1 as well. Just allowing the body to shift forward and come on back out of it. Again, we're strengthening those triceps here, we're strengthening those biceps, but mostly we're starting to find the weight shift into our elbows and our fingers. So allowing yourself to come forward and inhaling and come back, and having the space into the arm, rolling through the neck, giving you all the things you're going to need to find that comfortable space. Make sure you warm up your body for at least 3 to 5 minutes. When you're getting ready to do anything, you can always have more than 5 minutes. You always have to be a good judge of your own body. Some of our bodies are going to take a little longer to warm up. Some of them are going to take a little less to warm up. Some of us is just going to need less warm up to get into certain movements. And that's okay. Again, be a good judge of your body, but give yourself at least 3 to 5 minutes to wake up and warm up. All right. Real quick, we're going through it again. We got the elbows down. We got the hands down. The hands are as wide as the elbows. We find our dolphin by tucking our toes, walking the feet in a little bit, and looking through the arms so we can start to open and pull those biceps back behind the arms. Maybe one foot goes into the air. Maybe you pop off your left foot. If you're right-handed, it's probably going to be more comfortable for you to pop off your left foot. If you're left-handed, it's probably going to be comfortable for you to pop off your right foot. But you always want to practice both sides and be able to do it from both sides and maybe even press up into it later in life, right? So with the elbows down, looking through, maybe we're going to start with the left foot down, the right foot up, and we're just trying to pop up a few times and find that good forearm balance space, right? Once we get into those hips, then we can start to find that back bend, letting the feet fall behind you a little bit, keeping the knees squeezed together, and then that's when you allow the head to hang, come through the legs, and really start to find that deep back bend. You can take it through as far as you like, and you cannot take it through at all as well. It's just completely up to you about what your back is handling, what your spine is handling, and how your back bend feels. Now, this is a very engaging back bend right here. This is a whole lot of back bend. There's a lot of weight pulling you back and getting you to fall over. So as you come down out of it, you take a break. Give yourself a little minute, at least 60 good seconds, to let your back rest and recover. A good way to recover your back is to lay onto your belly and lift your feet up, and then just let your feet go from left to right. This is called windshield wipers. Going through these will release your lower back and relax your lower back a little bit. And then sometimes you just want to lay all the way flat and just let it rest and breathe and reset. And that's okay too, right? So whichever one you need to let your back reset, feel free to do that. Also, some good cat-cows, lifting the gaze, rolling the belly up. These are all good for your lower back when you're doing these type of explosive movements. Let's get into the second side here. We're going to bring the forearms down again. We're going to make sure the elbows are just as wide as the shoulders and the hands are just as wide as the elbows. Maybe we'll tuck and lift. Right foot comes forward. Left leg rises. Again, bend and bounce if you need to. Once you pop up and find that comfortable space, the right knee pulls forward into the chest. The left foot goes back behind you. You're still trying to squeeze them together and just allow them to fall back into their comfortable space. Remember, have that back bend as much as you can, but keep that knee pulled forward in front of you. Remember the balance, right? If you're falling behind you, it's because a lot of your weight is behind you, right? So the knee in front of you is helping you find that counterbalance. It's helping you have some weight in the front so that you don't flip all the way over, but you don't flip all the way back. Using the wall is definitely going to be a space here that's allowed. If you want to take your feet up to that wall and help you find it, but again, the feet on the wall will always help your strength and it will always help your flexibility, but it never helps your balance. So in order for you to be able to find that balance, you're going to have to take it to the center of the room and find some space. Maybe learn how to fall all the way over. Once you're falling all the way over, if you're falling all the way over, you're just trying to let your foot that is closest to the earth behind you search for the mat, right? So let that foot be strong and press into it. If you fall down into that foot, just don't allow your lower back to completely fall until you find some safety into that foot, okay? So it'll look a little like this. You take it all the way up. You find that space. You start falling over, and then you go, oh, where is it? It falls. And just let that foot allow yourself to catch and slow yourself down, and then you just lay down into your back and have a comfortable relax. Maybe a little laugh at yourself and get ready to hop back into it, okay? So it doesn't matter that you fall out of it. A lot of times when you're learning things that have to do with your balance and new things to your body, it's very, very normal to fall out of these things and have mistakes and fall out of them. But you learn from those things, right? You learn how far you can go over until your body starts to feel like it's really going to fall that way, or you learn how far you can't go and keep without getting your body to come all the way up, right? So adjusting into that balance, learning that this is too far, this is not far enough, pull my head through a little bit more. All those things are going to come along with the practice. It's going to come along with the time and the space. And some days, especially when you first get it, are going to be better than others. And some days you're going to get it. It's going to be super open. Your head's going to be all the way through. And then other days it won't be super open and it won't fall all the way through. And some days you won't even be able to get your feet up into that forearm stand. But you have to continue to practice. As long as you continue to practice, it becomes easier and easier and easier. And then it just happens more and more and more to the point where you don't even need to warm up anymore before you can get into it. That is the lesson. That is the work. That is what you have to do. That is how you find that balance. I hope you have everything that you need. But if you did not, feel free to reach out to me at any time. I am on TikTok. I am on Instagram. I am in all the places. Facebook at c.hemp.ironyogi. You can also come to my website, to sign up for some private sessions and we can work on it together, and I will help you get to that space or build the strength that you need to work on it to help you get to that space. Either way, it is there. If you're looking to come to one of my classes, they're here. They're on my website. They're on Zoom. They're in places. I do hot yoga and cool yoga and chill yoga and restorative yoga and all the yoga. I have it for you. So feel free to hit me up anytime, sign up for some sessions. Let's talk about how your body moves and get you into a good space. But as far as this stag leg forearm stands, you have it all. You have the tools. You have to go and give it a try for yourself right now. But I want to thank you all for being here so much with me. I want to thank you for continuing on this journey with me. We have 2 more asanas left to finish up this series, but that is the end of your stag leg. So go off, have fun, be creative, and make sure you let me know if you appreciated this, if you learned from this, if you got all the things you needed from this. Jump into the comments and let me know, or just reach out to me on social media and say you learned a lot from it and you appreciate it. I will do more of these coming into the future, but as of right now, we are finishing up this series. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great day. See you soon.